Hi there. This is a quick casting update for House of the Dragon, that we can now confirm who is playing young Aemond Targaryen. Actor Leo Ashton. Now, you've been following my channel, I've been making regular casting rumor updates. We were zeroing in on him for a while, because we have really good spy photos of young Aemond on the beach when he meets and claims the dragon Vhagar. Issue was there were 2 or 3 other young actors who looked vaguely similar enough. Plus, with the wig and everything, we thought, well, maybe this is just a blurry image and it's someone else. But I started leaning closer to Leo Ashton a couple of weeks ago. Today, Leo Ashton's online resume updated to confirm that he is in House of the Dragon. The other ones aren't confirmed for that. And in addition, that he's playing CA, Child Aemond. Now, I realize that's not 100% confirmed, but for me that's 99.9% confirmed. He couldn't be, due to his age range, he wouldn't be the other thing. Now, that's another point. Who is playing young Aegon II, his older brother, who's the only other A that it might be? We're also 90% that that's Ty Tennant, because Tom Glynn-Carney has been announced as adult Aegon II. Ty Tennant, back in that Tolkien biopic movie, played a younger version of Tom Glynn-Carney's character, Chris Wiseman. So casting directors already think Ty looks like a young version of Tom. Ty Tennant has actually confirmed on Instagram that he's in House of the Dragon, but he didn't say as who, and just that's to the point where, while we're at it, for Game of Thrones wiki purposes, I've just said, screw it, let's update to say, with a note, we're 90% that Ty Tennant is young Aegon II, but to include it in our official articles and stuff. Now that Leo Ashton is playing CA, and there's spy photos that really look like him, and he's probably Child Aemond, that's what we're going with. It couldn't be anyone else. It's so obvious, and if it's a mistake, we'll change it. But I am now treating this as fact for wiki purposes, and just pointing out, it's his resume, it looks like him, that's fine. Now, they're only going to be in 2 episodes of this, but young Aemond is really prominent. It's when he claims Vhagar, and it's so weird when you think about the timeline on this, how casual audiences, casual news sites don't even bother Googling this, that we have known for some time that it's not just, oh, a flashback or 2 with young Rhaenyra and young Alicent. They're not flashbacks, they're doing it chronologically. Half of the season is with young Rhaenyra and young Alicent. The first half. They're not just, oh, there's a minor character over there. Between episodes 5 and 6, there's like a 10-year time jump, and then we'll see the young versions of Rhaenyra and Alicent's children in episodes 6 and 7. Then there'll be another somewhat smaller time jump to the adult versions of Rhaenyra and Alicent's children, starting in episode 8, and that'll be the normal timeline for the rest of the show. There won't be time skips after that. So 2 episodes, these are, like guest stars as the young versions, but they're pretty prominent when they do it. This isn't relative to that, young Joff will be a toddler. So that's not as much. Let me just rattle off the list I made of. These are actors who we're reasonably sure are in House of the Dragon, but they haven't been announced yet. Most of them are younger versions of Rhaenyra, Alicent, and Daemon's children. Young Aegon II is Ty Tennant, young Aemond, Leo Ashton. We think that young Helena is actress Evie Allen, who has pretty much said over Instagram, I'm in this really prominent HBO show I'm not allowed to talk about, and we know she's got to be due to age range. As for the Daemon Rhaenyra children, we've got young Jake is Leo Hart, young Luke is Harvey Sadler, young Baela, we've seen these in spy photos really prominently, Baela and Rhaena, Baela is Shawnee Smethurst, and young Rhaena is Ava Asai-Gurning. Also reasonably sure that also appearing in just those 2 episodes are adult Lena, played by Nana Blondell. So these are everyone who'll be in those 2 episodes. While I'm on this slide, other people we're pretty sure about are that actress Sean Brooke, who's pretty prominent actress, will be playing Rhaenyra's mother, Queen Aemma, but only for the first episode. She dies in childbirth. That launches the story. The Cargill twins, Elliot and Luke Tittenzor, are playing them. We've seen them in spy photos. That's confirmed. Laurent Marbrand is probably Max Wriothesley. Also, we've seen him on Instagram. Rhea Royce, seen her in spy photos. I made a video about that a while back. We didn't know who the actress was at the time. Later, I saw a photo of the actress and went, that's the lady from the spy photo. That's Rachel Redford as Rhea Royce. There's some speculation, this isn't confirmed, that maybe Sebastian Croft is young Cregan, but that might not be true. That's guesswork. The other stuff, everything except for young Cregan, is actually really pretty solid evidence. And this is that brief time window for 120 AC, the year of the Red Spring, when all the kids are gathered together to do all of that, and there's going to be a fight between the children on both sides. As I said before, Rhaenyra's younger children, Joff, Aegon III, and Viserys II, they're in it. It's just they're babies and toddlers, so they're not. Even if I announced it, you wouldn't even recognize the actor's name. They're child actors. And Daeron the Daring, Alicent's third son, rumor we heard is he doesn't show up in season 1 at all, which, yeah, we would have heard casting by this point if there was a Daeron actor at any age range, and he's not in season 1, but the rumor we heard is that they're going to mention him in dialogue, that they're going to establish he exists, but he's off in Old Town, which he was during this time period. He went to squire in Old Town with his mother's cousins, grandfathers, and uncles with the Hightowers, so I don't have a problem with that. It'll be like Stannis, that we're going to mention he exists in season 1, then introduce him when we actually need to cast him closer to production. That's fine. But for right now, it's getting closer. This kid will be famous for this, because this whole sequence involves this big fight with young Aemond claiming Vhagar, and then the other kids get into a fight with him over it. So it's a prominent guest role for this kid, and it might, lead to his career going other places. He'll be doing interviews because of this, of how did I play young Aemond in this, and it's going to be a pretty hefty role for these 2 episodes if you know what happens. So looking forward to this, and we'll confirm new casting announcements as we get them.